Why does people fear debt?
Correct. Scared of debt, but at the same time, some people they understand the value of debt because how to use a debt to increase their business and support their investment part. You have to invest money. Where do you invest money? Maybe in commodities that everybody cannot do, but in properties, entire world they are investing in real estate. You should think how I can buy this property and pay bank EMI, bank installment, instead of keep paying rent. That's how you can make your asset.
Hey everyone, welcome back to your new favorite podcast, The Voice to Be Heard, where every voice matters. Today's topic is going to be so interesting because we're going to talk about the money mindset behind property building. We'll explore how mindset affects borrowing, buying, and wealth building. Our guest for today is a mortgage broker for over 2 decades. He's the founder and CEO of Money Maestro. Help me welcome Raj. Hi Raj.
Hi Joy, how are you?
It's a pleasure to be
Thank you for having me on your show.
Raj, can you tell us a little bit about your background? What made you choose this kind of path, and what does actually a mortgage broker do in UAE property market?
Sure, I'll tell you. We are a mortgage consultancy company in UAE. I have been working in mortgage business in Dubai for almost 2 decades now.
Yeah.
I have been working with different banks like Stanchart, Mashreq, ENBD, Fab, and prior to mortgage, I worked with ABN AMRO, CitiBank, in India also. So with my almost 2.5 decades career in banking and 2 decades in real estate finance in UAE, I started this company around 6 years before in 2020. So what we do, we are a mortgage consultancy company. We help real estate investor to choose a best mortgage solution for themselves. So what happens when you are a know-nothing buyer or you are a seasoned investor, you are investing money in properties. So you need a bank financing support. So we find out the best solution for you and we take care of end-to-end transaction from the day you think of buying property until the property transferred in your name completely. So we take care of all the steps and all the processes and we do the complete hand holding for real estate investor or first time home buyer or end users to arrange a best solution and represent them among all different parties during the course of transaction. Because what happens when you are buying a property through bank mortgage, there are approximately 7 to 8 different parties involved in your transaction. It is not just you or the seller involved in your property transaction. There are real estate investor, land department, banks, buyer bank, seller bank, buyer broker, seller's broker, trustee offices, lawyers. Many people are involved. So as a know-nothing customer or even if you're a seasoned investor, you would not know what they're expecting from you or how to handle their concern and questions. So we are the one who represent you among all the parties and take care of a transaction to ensure that your interests are safeguarded during the entire process in UAE.
So if I will be a buyer,
Yes.
why would I go? I can go directly to the bank for
Definitely.
this thing. But what made me go to your consultancy rather than me going directly to the bank?
Very valid question. See what happened. You are a customer of certain banks, maybe one bank or maybe more than one bank. How do you decide or how do you verify that your particular bank is definitely a best bank for you or no? Maybe in terms of pricing, lending criteria, loan amount, other bank securities, other post sales condition of the bank, other security asked by the bank. Because you are engaging yourself with a bank for very long period. It is not like a short period loan for 2 year, 4 year. It's approximately 20-25 year loan.
What's the minimum years?
Minimum is 3 year,
Okay.
2 to 3 year depends upon bank to bank, and maximum is
For a
25
real
year.
estate.
Sorry?
For a real estate.
Yes, property finance in UAE. Minimum is 2 to 3 year, maximum is 25 year loan. So you are engaging yourself in a bank in a contract for long period.
Okay, and if in case the customer is not gonna like discontinue paying the mortgage, will you be the one who's the co-maker of the client?
If customer is not able to pay the mortgage after taking mortgage, no, see, we are helping client until the property transferred in their name successfully. After that, it is their responsibility to ensure the timely repayment of the loan. If they have any kind of financial challenges or concern, so they have a bank collection department and customer care department, and they have to report over there and do some negotiation or settlement with the bank directly.
Okay, since we're talking about borrowing,
Yes.
when it comes to a mortgage, why does people fear debt?
There are few people, they are scared of debts, but at the same time, some people, they understand the value of debt.
You're right.
Because how to use a debt to increase their business and support their investment part.
Yeah.
So that's what we make people understand, that mortgage is not a bad debt, it's a good debt. It's a tool to enter into real estate investment through bank money and make your wealth. Because if you know how property price react in different part of the world, property has been a long, since ages, a good tool to create wealth.
Correct.
You do any kind of job or business, but if you want to create wealth, you have to invest money. Where do you invest money? Maybe in commodities that everybody cannot do, but in properties, entire world they are investing in real estate. Small or big, it depends upon their risk appetite or capacity. But you create wealth only through the real estate investment. But everybody will not have that much of huge exposure to bring money. So that's why they use bank money to enter into real estate investment. And second thing, in UAE, you see rentals are very high. Approximately 6 to 8% is a rental income on a property. So if you are not buying property, you are paying rent on that property, it means you are burning your huge income. So rather than keep paying rent, you should think how I can buy this property and pay bank EMI, bank installment, instead of keep paying rent. So that's how you can make your asset. If you're paying rent for, let's say, 10 years in a property, after 10 years, what do you get from your landlord? Nothing. If you keep paying rent for 10 years, after 10 years, you will get nothing from landlord. But if you keep paying bank installment for 10 years, after 10 years, you are the owner of this property.
Yeah, I just wanted to share this story. We're struggling financially, but then my mom decided to buy a piece of land, even though we have a land. But the thing is, she wanted to build the house and alongside with the boarding house.
Okay.
So boarding house is like in here in Dubai, it's like a partition, but it's like mix of 15 rooms.
Okay.
So it's a 15 rooms. So at that time, I was thinking, why would you do that? You know, like you are committing yourself to pay the bank for 20 years in the future.
Yeah.
So, but then I realized that
that rental income supported your loan EMI, supported the family.
It was a cash flow. She
Yes.
was building a cash flow because she didn't build all at once. So she started building the rental. So this generated the income to use it to pay the bank. So it was like
and at the same time, what happened every year, gradually your property value also increase.
Yeah.
So you are creating an asset for you back of the mind.
Yes. So it's like property, even in back age, like we define wealth depending upon your
real estate.
Yes,
exactly.
The land. So going back to the topic, how do you differentiate a good debt versus a bad debt?
See, bad debt when value of the debt is depreciating. For example, if you buy a car on the bank loan, you are paying interest to the bank, but car value is depreciating every year. So it's not creating asset for you.
Yeah.
If you buy some luxury cloth with the credit card, it is not appreciating asset for you. It's not creating any kind of income for you. But if you're borrowing to buy a property, so property generating some rental income for you. At the same time, property value increasing slowly every year. People are saying in the UAE, property price increasing 15-20% every year.
Yeah.
But if I say conservatively, even 5% every year. So in 10 years, you have compounding, if you the CAGR, compounding annual growth rate on the property, it will become 70%. and whatever EMI you are paying, that is covered from your rental income.
Yeah.
So you are paying nothing actually, and you are living on the property as well.
Mm-hmm. But the situation here in UAE,
Yes.
what is going on in
See,
this?
whatever is going on, nothing is permanent in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Anywhere in the world, nothing is permanent.
Yeah.
Nobody is permanent enemy and not permanent friend.
Mm-hmm.
So what is happening is today, it will not last forever. It's not, no, nothing, never in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
This has to stop at some point of time, and nobody will stop living their life. People have to keep continuing their life cycle and processes. Whatever business, job, profession they are doing, of course there will be certain fluctuation for certain period.
Yeah, yeah.
But again, you have to continue as long as you're living in UAE. And everybody need UAE. Entire world need UAE.
Mhm.
UAE is the bridge between Asia and Europe.
Yeah.
UAE
That's
has-
why it's called Middle.
Yes, Middle East. And they have created a value for the entire world. People need this place. Of
Yeah.
course, yes, there are fluctuation, there are turmoil. It can happen in different method. Recently, we have seen rain problem 2 years before, but nothing has stopped after that. We have seen Corona 3 waves before that. Nothing has stopped after that. Despite of Corona, property price was increasing in UAE that time.
Yeah.
So every cycle we have seen. I am in UAE for last 20, my 21st year is going on. We have seen different cycles. We have seen 2008 crisis also. Nothing has stopped. This will also go. Good time or bad time is a part of life.
Yeah. I think we should base in the fundamentals rather than with our emotions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We need to control our emotion, and main thing we need to create a discipline of investment.
Mm-hmm.
If you are earning and not investing under a disciplined manner, you are losing your hard work, time and money, because your time will not come back to you.
Right.
Whatever time you're investing in career and profession, job we are doing here or anywhere in the world, we have to be disciplined toward our financial goals and commitment toward our health and personal life as well.
Mm-hmm.
You have to maintain the balance.
True. I agree with that.
Yeah.
How do you advise your client to see debt as a tool rather than a burden?
So simple thing, I always ask my client, if somebody has doubt in a mind, I ask them, since how long you are living in UAE?
What if the investor is like the first time?
Yeah.
He didn't explore UAE that much.
Even if there are many non-resident investors from throughout the world, they're investing in real estate in UAE through the bank finance. People from India, Pakistan, Europe, UK, US, Canada, and different European countries.
Mm-hmm.
Many people are investing because they understand whatever they invest in their respective countries, they have to pay tax on their interest income, they have to pay tax on their capital gains. But UAE, you don't pay any tax on capital gain, 100% profit belongs to you. You get golden visa, so freedom of traveling. When you are living in UAE, you can start some part-time business, and rental income is 7 to 8% annually. Anywhere if you see, but I don't know about your respective country, but if I talk about India, which is my home country, average rental income and property, do you know how much? Between 1 to 1.5%. Yes, and bank interest is around 8%. But if you see in UAE, it's reverse. Rental income is approximately average 7%, and bank interest is 4 to 5%.
That's the standard for the market, right? The increment happened annually is as per the standard of the.
This
the
is
market.
additional to your profit capital gain on the property.
Yeah.
Over and above that.
I saw one client we had because I was working in real estate also.
Okay.
He bought a studio for like 500K
Yeah.
like 3 years back.
Okay.
And now how much is a studio in Dubai? It would cost
Maybe
like
750?
Yes, 750.
See, I can tell you.
750.
So 50% he has earned.
Yes.
So he has earned 250,000 dirham in 3 years. If you see how much you have saved from your salary, he will not be able to save 250,000 from his salary in 3 years. So his property is earning more than himself in UAE.
Yeah.
And rental income also.
We're talking about the long term.
Yeah.
Property investment is a long term game.
Correct.
And not everyone has this kind of
Vision. Simply tell me one thing. If you are a customer, if you are working in UAE, whether you have your business, you have your salary, if you cannot pay 10-year installment to the bank, but you're living in UAE, you have to pay 10-year rent, correct?
Yeah.
Can you say, landlord, I cannot pay rent this month because I don't have a job? He will wait. You have to keep paying rent.
Yeah.
Whether you have job, you have business, you have income or no. You are committed to keep paying rent. But if you are obliged to keep paying rent,
Yeah.
so same way you have to think, okay, I have to keep paying my monthly installment.
Yes.
Your landlord will every year do negotiation with you. You don't have to do this problem with the bank every year, right? Every year you have to keep requesting your landlord, please reduce my rent, don't take this much of rent. But bank, there is no problem. You know how much you have to pay for next 3 years. You can plan your budget. And second thing, if you have problem in paying rent sometime, your landlord will not listen. But if you have problem in paying EMI to the bank, you can request bank to pause your EMI for 1 month or 2 months, or in case of financial crisis, bank can definitely cooperate with you.
And that's one thing that people are not aware.
They are not aware. It's called payment holiday. Some bank allow payment holiday 1 month every year. Some bank allow more than 1 month every year. So you can use this facility in case of any crisis.
Correct. Yeah. I'm very new with the term mortgage broker because I just know real estate broker and like realtor. So what's the edge of what does the real estate broker do to what the mortgage broker?
See, real estate broker is only identifying property for a buyer based on their requirement and the budget.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If I am a buyer, I need to buy a apartment, villa, whatever. I will request you, and then you will search a property from the stock available in the market from your network.
Okay.
You would not know how the financing will work. But mortgage broker are not involved in property sale purchase. We say you search the property with your real estate investor, real estate broker. We will get you the bank finance and make all the arrangement of the bank finance throughout the process. So we find the best deal for you, because see, all the banks are not same for investors. Every bank has different target market, different lending criteria, different pricing, different cost. Some banks are financing only in Dubai, some banks are financing only Dubai and Sharjah, some banks can finance Ajman, Ras Al Khaimah also. Most of the banks are not doing. Some banks are financing to resident, some banks can finance to non-resident also. Some banks are good with only salaried, some banks are very good for self-employed. So every bank has different lending criteria. So based on your need. And second thing, mortgage is not only about property purchase. It is also a myth.
A what?
It's a myth. Mortgage is not only about property purchase. Mortgage is about investing in real estate. Mortgage is about if you have existing loan with a bank, restructuring your loan. Mortgage is about when you have a property which is free from any kind of bank loan, you can raise money against that property and use that money for different kind of real estate investment and property upgrade.
Can you give us an example?
Yes. So if you have a property in Dubai, you bought a property in the past and you did not avail bank loan that time, you did not needed it. But today property price has increased. You can raise money from the same property through bank and use this money into real estate investment for buying other properties.
Like a leverage.
Leverage from the bank. Yes, correct word. You can use bank leverage. Even if you bought a property in the past, today property value has increased and property has a loan. You can restructure your loan, you can raise more money from the property and buy some off-plan property or ready property, whatever.
Yeah, the off.
Yes. So there are many things you can play with your mortgage every 2-3 years and make capital. I have many examples wherein people are average salary 15 to 20,000 salary. They have bought one property 5 years before, then they bought second property 3 years before,
Wow.
then they're buying third property. From one property they're making properties because they're adding rental income with the salary. They're
Yeah.
taking more bank leverage.
That's
They buy-
very strategic
Yes.
and smart.
So
thing.
we do all this guidance and end-to-end
Oh.
process for our clients.
So you advise these clients to do if in case
Correct.
they wanted to do that.
See,
Okay.
if you're a one-time mortgage buyer with us, then you are a whole life client for us. We can keep assisting you, advising you, guiding you throughout the life.
Okay. And speaking of like first-time investor, did you see any difference for the first-time investor versus the pro investor when it comes to real estate?
Definitely. See, until 10 years before, property used to be a luxury investment. Everybody cannot think of buying property in UAE. But today, property has become a need-based investment in UAE. Today,
Especially the golden visa. This is one thing
not
that
only golden
they
visa, even for end users are more aware now. Even if you are earning 10,000, 12,000 per month.
What's the minimum for you to
10,000.
10,000?
Yes.
Okay.
You can afford to buy property in Dubai.
Mm.
You can own your property. You can live in your own property
Mm.
with the 10,000, which is very basic salary right now in you. Very
Yeah,
basic salary.
fine.
So with the 10,000, you are qualified from bank side to borrow to buy property
Mhm.
with 10,000 dirham salary. It's possible.
Okay. So, how do you advise clients to balance the risk when it comes to property mortgage?
See, whenever there is a buyer, he has aspiration to buy property. First of all, we understand their ask, their profile, their repayment capacity, their down payment arrangement, and their need presently and the future need. If somebody is newly married, husband, wife are working, maybe down the line they would need 2 bedroom. So we guide them. So you have to plan your at least 3, 4, 5 year need from today. And based on that, we make their budget based on their repayment capacity and down payment
So
arrangement.
you are doing from A to Z.
A to G. The day you think of buying property,
Mm.
until property transferred in your name, we are a single point of contact for you.
Mm.
We make you property owner in 2 to 3 months time in UAE. So there are many things that we have to sit with the client, make them understand, guide them, educate them, and then they learn. Then they learn how to use this leverage for further investment in property. It's a very interesting thing.
Yeah. What's the most interesting or surprising mindset that you have encountered with one of your clients that you've wanted to share?
See, most surprising, which like I'm seeing people are very adventurous.
Very what?
Adventurous.
Okay.
They're enjoying this facility. As I gave you an example, I know a person. He is a average salary person, around 20,000 dirham salary, and he is owner of 3 property right now
Wow.
in UAE. That in 5 year time. Because he took initiative, he took little risk.
What year was that?
He started from 2021, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He bought first property 21. Then in 23 he upgraded his mortgage, raised some money, bought second property. Then recently bought third property.
Was that an off plan or
Ready property.
Ready
Ready
yeah.
property. Because he is living in one property, so he don't have to pay rent.
Yeah.
He's saving his money from other side.
Mm-hmm.
And I know many the seasoned investor who had disposable money, they can play any game. But
True.
people of a salaried class category.
But
they,
for those people who are in the mid and wanting to have this,
correct.
this
And
kind-
nowadays I'm seeing a new trend of people of 26, 28-year-old, young professional, newly get married.
I think
they
Gen Z-
are buying property.
Gen Z are more risk taker compared to the generations from the
Yes, yeah. They understand the value. Now they are more financially aware. They are more financially literate.
Yeah.
Unlike in the past of 20 years.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And what can you talk more about this Gen Z?
Yeah, because see, newly get married person, now they are adding even if not qualified for required loan, they are adding back their spouse income. Because see, everybody is working. Somebody coming new to the country, husband wife both are working. Though they are adding back their potential of borrowing, then they are borrowing 1 property, 2 property. It has become very common trend now. So as I said, property is no more luxury subject in UAE.
It's a need.
It's a need-based investment.
It's like a car.
You have to do, yes.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do. You don't have any other option. Otherwise, you're burning your money.
Mm-hmm. And because this question, I normally ask this with the different guests. How do you define success?
Success is a different angle for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody will think success is more money.
Yeah.
For some people, success means peace of mind.
Mm-hmm.
For some people,
But for you, how do you define it?
for me, yes, success means if you are healthy,
Mm-hmm.
you are earning well, you have sufficient disposable income every month, then you are successful. There is no specific benchmark in terms of financial number in your balance sheet which can define your success. You should be healthy, you should be capable in case of turmoil or in case of turbulence. You should be able to run your family successfully and happily.
Yeah.
If your kids, your wife is living happily with you, it means you are a very successful person.
Mm-hmm.
You should never compare yourself with other person, what they are doing and how they are doing, because you don't know how their shoes is biting them inside their shoes. You can see only their
The surface.
shallow level.
Yeah.
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 So it is never comparable. Everybody will have
nice.
different
Yeah.
mindset.
That's true.
But health is first primary goal for anybody.
Mhm.
You have to maintain good health, mental health, physical health. You should have sufficient time to spend with your kids and wife in the evening. then you are a very successful person.
So you don't see only success based in financial.
Never ever.
Yeah.
Zero.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, financial can keep coming and going. You know, we
It's a
have
flow.
we have one principle in our spiritual books. If you are a qualified and deserving person, and if you have zero money today, you can earn money.
True.
But if you are not qualified or deserving person for money, and if I give you big stack of cash today, after 1 year or 2 year, you will be sitting again on zero.
Yeah, it's like
Because you will burn your money
yeah,
in a wrong manner.
It's like what the lottery winners
Exactly.
does.
If they are not deserving, they will burn their money.
Okay. Since we're talking now with money, we're talking about money mindset, right?
Yes.
How do you define money?
Money is definitely essential part of your life.
Mhm.
You cannot ignore money.
Yeah.
Without money, there is no honey.
So it's like a tool, basically.
Money is a
for you.
tool. Money is not but the ultimate goal of life. Money is a tool, and money has to be earned in a right manner. And money earning is a technique. It cannot be learned in the books. So you need to have a patience. First of all, you need to have a integrity. When you're working with your employer or a business, you need to understand how you can add value for your company, for your employer, to upgrade yourself. People think I have spent 2 year or 3 year with my employer, so I deserve appraisal. It's a wrong way.
It's what you added value.
If you have not learned something in with the job and you are not adding some value in your employer's life, in their business, you don't deserve any appraisal. Whether you are 2 year old or you're 2 month old. But if you are deserving candidate, you are learning, you're upgrading, you're supporting the business, maybe you'll get appraisal in 3 months or 6 months also.
Yeah, right. I mean, I'd like to think money for me as very spiritual.
Yeah.
It's like also relational. It has to be like, you cannot be just like this with money. Like it has to be in or out. Otherwise
Correct.
when you
Money has to keep flowing.
True.
If you do not keep allow money to flow,
Yeah.
if you keep it locked in one place, it will reduce its value.
Mm-hmm.
If you have to keep it along, let it circulation.
Let's say, okay, you have a mortgage for 20 years, but the money that you have for installation will depreciate.
If
So
you're
the
keeping
value-
if you're
the val-
keeping money in a bank with you're depending upon 4 or 5% bank interest, see, inflation is increasing every year. With that inflation, your money value depreciating.
Yes, yes.
And second thing, if you're committing to a bank for, let's say, 10,000 dirham EMI per month right now for 2025 year, do you know today 10,000 dirham may be looking very hard for you,
True.
but every year the way value is depreciating.
Yes.
After a few years, 10,000 will be very easy for you to pay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
That's really the mindset of the the
So you need to
long-term
come little bit out of your comfort zone and do some kind of initiative in your life and take some action. Failure of taking action is planning to fail actually immediately.
I love that. Yeah, that's very nice to say. Oh, I mean, I mean, like, there's so many things that, like, the unawareness of
Yes.
that.
It depends what is your intention, what is your plan, and how you are using this facility.
Did you had any client that you have really struggled with, like 50-50 decision?
I have seen people taking overexposure. We never allow anyone to take overexposure.
What do you mean by
Overexposure means when you are more adventurous, taking more loans than your other capacity, and you are taking unnecessary risk. So you need to understand what is your risk capacity and risk taking appetite. Understand that, accordingly take exposure, have a backup plan, and make sure you are investing in a right manner which is income generating asset for you. For example, even if you're taking overexposure, over loan, but if a property is earning some rent for you to repay your debts, you're still safe. But when you're investing overly in off-plan properties, you don't know it will be handed over on time or no.
True.
You cannot control the
developer
supply time, supply available in the market after
So
3
do
years.
you advise to have ready to move than off plan?
See, I would always recommend people, if you're buying first property, it has to be ready property for self-occupancy.
But it's much more expensive, right, than off plan?
See, anyway you're taking bank mortgage.
Okay, yeah.
Even second property should be your ready property. Third property can be your off-plan property. there you can take some risk. Not on first or second property. You should not take unnecessary risk. Third property, you can consider taking risk by planning to buy off-plan property.
As a newbie in Dubai and like someone who's planning to buy a property, let's say I have a good income that can suffice, but not that I'm really stable with the work that I have. We cannot really know if the work that we have is stable.
See, when this is a very common question. People always ask, what if I lose my job?
Correct.
What will happen to me?
Yeah, what it will happen to the mortgage?
What will happen to my mortgage? See, I am seeing people living here in this country for 20, 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
Right? And whoever is living in UAE, hardly anyone will leave UAE willingly until they are retired. I have seen people migrating to different countries from UAE and they come back after 2-3 years because they cannot adjust. So if you are living in UAE, even if you lose your job, it doesn't matter whether you have mortgage or no. You will have to find new job, right? It doesn't matter you have mortgage or no. You have to keep paying rent otherwise, whether you have job or no.
Yeah.
You cannot skip your rents.
But the thing is, if I'm gonna pay rent, it will not be as much as what I'm paying for the mortgage.
Wrong. Your mortgage is less than your rent.
Oh.
If you compare the numbers, for example, if you buy a 2-bedroom apartment anywhere, if you buy a cheapest community or costliest community, super luxury, downtown or international city, Dubai Silicon Oasis, JVC, you compare any property. Pick one 2-bedroom apartment, or let's say 1-bedroom apartment. Pick any property, random number. Let's say a property value of 1 million dirham. You are taking loan of 800,000 for 25 years. Okay. And you take same property rent, your EMI on 800,000 will be less than your rent. At least 20% gap will be there, bare minimum.
Yeah, because if I'm the investor and I have paid for this, and if I would allow someone to rent my apartment, then I have to increase the rent for me to, you know?
No, your rental is always more than your monthly installment. 90% time it is always more than your monthly installment. You can do calculation on any random property. Even some cases it is 60-40 also, the ratio of rental versus EMI on the property. And some people ask, what if I leave my country and if I want to migrate to other country? Simple thing, put your property on rent. Your rent will pay your installment and excess of the rent is your income.
Yeah.
You can put your property in holiday home.
In Bayut.
You can put a property holiday home. Holiday home property were making around 12 to 13% rental income year on year.
Wow.
Until this crisis started. Though it will be over soon, I'm sure. Unless you put your hand first time in that investment, you will not understand the value of hard working. It is same like life insurance or different kind of insurance product, different kind of investment product. When you started doing something, you see the result of after 6 months or 1 year, or maybe most of the time people learn from their peers, their colleague, their friend, their relative, how they are doing, what they are doing, how did they make their wealth. Because very simple thing, if you're living in UAE, you have to keep paying rent.
Yeah.
And rentals are approximately...
Regardless if you're jobless or
you're jobless or you're
correct.
living a small property, a big property, wherever you are living, you have to keep paying rent. And if you see a 2-bedroom apartment average anywhere in Dubai, a person has 2 children and wife, they are living in 2-bedroom apartment, average you will pay at least 100,000 dirham per year. Bare minimum.
For 2-bedroom, yeah.
For 2-bedroom anywhere.
For rental, right?
For rental.
Yeah.
And if you are earning, let's say 20,000 dirham salary, if I say you buy same 2-bedroom apartment and you will pay 20% less installment than your rental, we can do that number on the papers.
So it's up to the requirements of the client.
Correct. It's up to their requirement. They want to buy 2-bedroom, they want to buy 5-bedroom, 1-bedroom, they want to
and
buy
the
studio.
installation as well.
Yes, whatever they do. First time down payment arrangement they have to make.
To have a wealthier mindset, which one, like having a mindset of renting versus having like a property owning?
Of course, own property. Simply ask me give me one answer. If you are renting a property for, let's say, 5 year or 10 year, what do you get in return from your landlord after 10 year?
Nada.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Zero. Not even thank you. Every year you have to do same girgir with your landlord to reduce your rent. But if you're paying rent,
Plus we got commission for the agency.
yes.
Commission.
But if you're paying installment of same property for 10 year, you become owner of the property.
Yeah.
So why you should keep renting?
Yeah, true.
Common sense. Because you are here in this country to earn, to save something for your future.
And the thing is like, as what I have learned from now, that for you to own a property or apartment, you just have to have at least 10,000, minimum of 10,000
Monthly salary, yes.
monthly salary.
If you want to borrow from any bank, your minimum salary has to be 10,000 dirham.
But what about the documents, the required
Documents are very common document, very easy document. All of 5 documents you have to give to the bank.
So this is the your consultancy task.
We take care of it.
Started,
Yes,
yeah.
we take care of it. Say for a salaried person, what do you have to give? A salary certificate, last 6 month bank statement, passport, visa, Emirates ID card, and your payslip in case of any salary variation. That's it. We can do the analysis, we can do the calculation, we can tell you this should be your budget based on this income, this will be your monthly installment, and this should be your down payment arrangement upfront. Simple.
There's no hidden other charges.
That's why we are there, to give you complete information transparently, so that you don't get any surprises during the course of this transaction.
So your consultancy is basically built with trust.
Exactly, with the
Yeah.
experience, with the
The
trust.
experience.
You know, my first client, who was my first client 19 years before, when I started my career in 2007, my first client is till today a very good client of mine, because they understand what we do for them. And client brings client, business
True.
brings business. Today, if you're my client and you have understood our value, how did we make things easy for you? So definitely in future, whenever any word will come in your mind, mortgage, it should relate with only my name in your mind. Mortgage means Money Maestro.
In your industry, is it congested?
It is, yes. There are many people in this business who are not very professional, who are not trained, and who are not experienced. See, my business, my backbone for me is my vast experience and my client base. But at the same time, by seeing other business people also do, okay, we'll do property, we'll do this, they do multiple things. So they're master of none.
Correct, yeah.
And they want to do everything.
Jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades. So they will spoil all relationship and they will be exhausted after some time.
So for you, it's like it's better to focus in one thing.
Become master of one thing. So let people come to you for the consultancy and guidance. So today, many real estate agents, when it is a company, they are aligned with us, they are working with us for their all mortgage inquiries.
Oh, so you also partner with
Yes, because we don't have any conflict of interest with them, and we support them in their business. We support them in the screening of their client, their eligibility and suitability assessment.
So do you partner with developers or with the real estate brokers?
We partner with real estate agents,
Not
more.
with the developers.
not with the developers.
I see, because
Because
it's
developers are selling off-plan properties.
correct, yeah.
But real estate agents are selling both the things. So in case if you need to buy ready property,
Yeah.
you don't go to developer, you'll go to a real estate agent.
Yeah.
And then they will come to us, because if you do not have mortgage approval, they will never invest time and energy with you.
Yes.
Because see, if you want to buy a property, why they will keep showing a property in different area if you are not ready with the mortgage?
I mean, that's how do you say that? The approval that they're waiting?
Pre-approval.
Pre-approval, yeah,
Yes.
they're waiting. So if there is a potential client that they had, they will immediately go to you to check if they are
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Whenever you have potential client as a real estate agent, they will call us. We will do the client assessment call,
Yeah.
basic interview. We will understand whether this client is suitable or
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
He will be eligible or no. We can tell the correct number. This is your EMI. Are you able to pay? This is your down payment arrangement. Are you able to make or no? If no, then you should not make any plan. You should not waste time of real estate agent.
True.
If yes, halas, bring your papers. We'll do your approval. Because with the pre-approval letter in hand, you are as good as a cash buyer in the market.
So what are the requirements for you to get pre-approval?
If client is salaried, we need salary certificate, passport, visa, bank statement, common things. If you're self-employed, then company financial report and some KYC document. That we have our admin team that take care of everything with the client.
So that's what you do.
Yes, that's what we do.
Now I understood the difference with the real estate brokers from a mortgage broker.
Yes, so we help real estate brokers also
Yeah.
to make their life more smoother with the
Correct.
mortgage customer.
But is there any also people who are like going directly to the bank because maybe they doesn't know that there is a mortgage broker?
Yes, there are people.
And they wanted to save like for
There are
mortgage
people they
commission.
go directly to the bank when they have the lot of comfort and trust with the bank. So we do not contest them, but sometimes we have seen people coming back to us after burning their fingers, after wasting their time. They wasted their time with one bank, then second bank, then they come to us. Then they tell us problem. Then we have to guide them and help them.
Yeah, because the thing that you do is like you're also investing to something that you are not sure if this person is before knowing if this is really eligible or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
So our process starts from the first assessment call. So whenever we have an inquiry, we meet client, we speak to them directly, understand their ask, their need, their capacity, their arrangement, and their vision. So based on that, we advise client, we give them some numbers, and then see whether they're comfortable or no. Then accordingly, that's what I said. The day you think of buying property, from that day, until you transfer property in your name, you need us to do complete hand holding.
Okay, so what are the noticeable mindset that you have with the clients that you have that are in common when it comes to investing a property in UAE?
See, nowadays we are seeing more end users, first time buyer. Now this is very huge awareness in the market. People have understood the value of investing in real estate in UAE because they know it's a long time home for everyone now. So they want to invest in property. So even I'm seeing people, they're coming to UAE, immediately they're joining a company, applying mortgage immediately.
Wow.
They don't want to pay rent for even one day.
Very risk taking, huh?
No, because they understand the value of owning a property. Because they know whether we have job or no, at least we have a property.
Like for example, for me, I have to make sure that I'm this workplace that I'll be having is like I can survive after the probation. What if
So no, you should not be thinking of whether you survive in the profession or no. If maybe job is not suitable for you, maybe you're not suitable for that particular company, but eventually you need to do some work.
Yeah.
Right? Whether you're working
You'll
for
figure out if
you'll figure out. You're working for company A or company B or company C. You are in UAE, you have to keep working. And if you're in UAE, you'll keep paying rent also.
True.
So what will happen first?
We'll always go back to the thought that anyways you're still paying.
Anyway, you're paying, yes.
Yeah. So it's better to own the property.
And if you cannot pay, even in case of bad circumstances, something bad has happened, you are completely not in position to pay anymore. Simple thing. Put your property on rent. Let your rent pay. Even if you have to leave the country, let tenant pay your mortgage. See, right now as a tenant, you are creating wealth for your landlord, not for
Correct.
you.
Yeah.
So let your tenant create your wealth from the property.
Wealth is really something to create. You really have to build.
You have to
build.
You have to think, you have to
cannot
plan.
You cannot have wealth when your mindset is as a worker.
Even if you get wealth inheritance from the parents, if you are not capable to hold the wealth, after in next generation, there will be no wealth available. If you see the old stories, old landlord people, when they create a lot of wealth, they give to the children. If children are not capable, not qualified,
They sell it.
they will sell and they will destroy everything.
Is owning here a property is like 100% ownership? Because the clients that I had, they're still confused if it's like you really have to own it or it's like there's a part of the locals that has share on the ownership.
You can own the property 100% and title is in your name. There's a decree from Dubai Land Department, government of Dubai, long time back, almost more than 2 decades back. All the property, freehold property where we are sitting right now, it's a freehold area. Complete Business Bay, downtown, Dubai Marina, Palm Jumeirah, JVC.
Is it only
Sports
in the
City.
specific area that the
Yes, there are three
expats are allowed to?
there are three type of area in UAE.
Yeah.
One is freehold area, where anybody can buy property.
Freehold.
Freehold area. One is leasehold area. There also anybody can buy property, whether you are resident, non-resident, local or expat, whatever. And there is one private area. In private area, only locals and GCC can buy property.
That's very organized.
For example, if you see Bad Dubai, Karama, Gises, this side, Dera, Nahda, this side is private area. Only GCC and local can buy property. But if you see right side after Karama, complete downtown till Burj Khalifa, Jebel Ali Hills, JVC, Sports City,
So this
all freehold area.
I see.
Anybody can buy property. Anybody can think of buying property there.
It's already because it's already congested. People are buying. So
That's why governments have different plans. Government have master plans for till 2040 right now. Their development is undergoing. There will be huge development in near future.
Okay.
Because they have vision to increase the population by double in next couple of years. So they need to plan for all the people. They need to create infrastructure, schooling, other basic facility, amenities apart from the housing.
So no need to worry of what is really going on or what is really happening now in.
See, what is really happening is temporary.
Yeah.
Nothing is permanent and
Yeah.
entire life. This kind of situation are not first time ever in the world.
True.
War keep happening. The country will keep doing something good or bad. There will be natural calamity also. Life will never stop.
Yeah.
You have to keep moving the wheel.
You have to keep moving, but at the same time, you have to learn from the pre-experience that you had.
So pre-experience is only says, then keep going. Nothing will stop.
Yeah.
Yes. Things may pause, things may have some speed breaker, but things will keep going on.
Yeah.
It's all human mindset, human vision, and your intellect, which will guide you, which will keep you motivated, which will keep fuel burning inside you.
Your intellect.
Yes. That's
true.
very important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so with the last question that I'll be having, what's the number one financial mistake that people buy when it comes to property investing?
See, financial mistake when people do, which I have observed, first is over leverage. Over leverage means when people take lot of personal loan, lot of credit card, many multiple car loans, then
Will you be still get approved if it's like that?
it will be difficult always.
Yeah.
So once we do the assessment, then we tell them solution, how you can do, how you can achieve your goal. Maybe you are not eligible today. If you want to be eligible after 6 months, what steps you should do? And apart from this, being over leveraged, second thing, you need to be responsible and very careful when you're issuing checks. You should not allow any check bouncing in this part
It's
of
a
the world.
crime here, right?
It's a crime here. It will spoil your credit bureau report
Yeah.
history. It will spoil your credit scores.
True.
It will keep haunting you entire life. You will not be getting any banking facility. So you have to be responsible when you're writing a check. You have to be responsible with your debts with the bank and financial institution. If you cannot pay due to certain situations, approach them, report them, make settlement, make some partial settlement, and see how you can keep continuing. But do not ignore their
Yeah.
ask.
Yeah.
I have seen people like, because I did not have money, so I forgot to pay. This is not the answer.
It's not. Yeah. The thing about people who's like that, I totally agree with that, because when people are like struggling, they normally tend to ignore
Yes.
rather than facing it, rather than asking it. So
You have to do
that's-
adjustment. You have to adjust yourself.
Yeah.
And before that, also you need to understand what kind of method you will have in kind of similar challenges. Even with credit card payment, pay on time. See, you cannot run your business or life without banking facility in future.
Again.
You cannot run your business or financial life without banking facility. You need credit cards today in life. Today there is no cash in the market. People are using only digital money. So you need banking. You need banking for borrowing. You need banking for online transactions. If you're spoiling your credit score, credit history, you will be out from the banking system.
True.
So you will be completely paralyzed and destroyed in the market.
Yeah.
So you have to be very careful with the financial commitments
Mm-hmm.
and using the financial tools.
Yes.
I have seen innocent people destroying their credit bureau report and score
Mm-hmm.
with some silly mistakes,
Which is.
which is like ignoring the check payment time, ignoring credit card payment, even ignoring your phone bill payment on time, because
Mm-hmm.
everything is counted and seen as per your financial habits,
Yeah.
financial practices.
Mm.
Everything creates certain score, positive and negative score in your scoring system, and bank will see your financial behavior,
True.
and that will impact your future eligibilities.
Yeah, yeah. And see, this is why I said that money is also relational, because it also has to, it amplifies who you are as a person.
Exactly.
Mm.
Exactly.
Yeah, very well said. Thank you, Raj, for being here. It's
Thank you,
really,
Joy.
thank you for sharing your knowledge.
I hope your viewers get some more knowledge today, and they take good advantage of this conversation for their making financial planning in the future.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Raj.
Thank you, Joy.